guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want this worksheet, you can find it on my website under coloring pages, and the link to that will be in the description box below. But without further ado, let's just get started. So I don't know if y'all beginners out there know this, but the paper has texture. It is not smooth. So when you color the paper, you can see these little white bits in the paper. So if you ever wondered why that keeps appearing on the paper, now you know. To avoid this, you can keep your pencil sharp at all times, and I found this diagram in Pinterest that explains this concept very well. But I decided to demonstrate it with colored pencils so you can see the difference. While doing this, I was applying medium pressure. So speaking of pressure, you can achieve so many different colors by using different types of pressure. And by practicing these, you will be an expert at the other techniques that I will show you after this. When you are first starting a color pencil drawing, you should apply the colors with a light pressure, because if you press hard right away, you can't add much after that. And once the paper is burnished, there's no going back. Layering is the process of building up colors to make the drawing more interesting, to have more contrast, and make it look better. I will show you how to do these 2 different times. As you begin to layer, you want to press down as light as possible, as I demonstrated earlier, and I am slowly building up the color. In the Prismacolor one, you can see the color a little better than the Crayola one. That's because Prismacolors are a little bit more softer than the Crayola ones. You can also take this to the next level by applying the color pencils really heavily to the point where the paper is smooth, which is called burnishing. I am layering as I did before, but this time I am pressing down to achieve a smooth look rather than a grainy look. Using both layering and burnishing technique, let's try to blend 2 colors together. Blending is used to create a smooth transition in color. I am using red and blue, but I should have used different colors because in the end it looked muddy. So to avoid this, use colors that are similar on the color wheel. But I hope you guys understand, even though I used bad colors. Using a colorless blender can help the blending process be a little bit easier. There is a colorless blender pencil, marker, and solvent. Solvent would be like a different category, but it does the same thing as a colorless blender. I haven't tried solvent, but I do have a marker that I will be using. I personally like the color blender pencils, which I don't have yet, but I have tried it and I love it. It makes the coloring process go by a little bit faster, but you can still achieve good results without this. So there's 2 different types of burnishing. So the first one is called neutral burnishing. You probably have done this before, but you just didn't know what you were doing or what it's called. It's basically using a white or gray to burnish rather than using a color. I will show you one using white and one using gray. And they look similar, but the white gives it a more washy look and the gray makes it look a little darker than the white. Also, the white makes the colors kind of disappear a little bit, so I kind of don't like using this technique, but sometimes I do when I want a lighter look. The other type of burnishing is called tonal burnishing, which is using a color similar to the base color to burnish. I demonstrated this wrong, so let me try to explain this. You would need to layer with 3 or more colors. The first color that you use will be the color that you use to burnish, so hopefully that makes sense. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for those who want to learn more about colored pencils or just learn something new. I colored with red and blue for most of the tutorial, but when you're practicing, use colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, so it'll be a little bit more easier to see the difference and to practice. I just filmed that after school, so I was tired and I just wasn't thinking. So if you have any questions or tutorial requests, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.